Tuesdays and Wednesdays and stuff like that, I might as well just run through it all. So we're going to do Zach's up-tempo NFL recap. Let's fucking go. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Boom. First game of the week was Thursday Night Football. The Browns beat the Steelers 29-17. Browns beat an ugly Steelers team. Their offense didn't look great at all. Mitch Trubisky is not the guy. They finished the game, though, by handing me the worst, most bullshit, bad beat in betting history. So bad that FanDuel had to refund everyone. Pat McAfee was freaking out because it was his promo. Yeah, it was that bad. I'm not even going to talk about that. Then we go into the Bengals and the Jets. Your Jets. The Bengals win 27-12. Bengals got a get-right game kind of here. Like, you know, the Jets just aren't playing that well. But I can't judge them because they don't have Zach Wilson. Joe Flacco is not the guy. I don't care about that game, that comeback last week, all right? It's still Joe Flacco. You can't expect much from him. Greg the Leg is the MVP of your team right now. Dolphins versus Bills, 21-19 Dolphins. That's right. You heard right. The Dolphins look extremely sharp right now. They beat the red-hot Buffalo Bills. They caught him slipping, and Tua, I don't know if Tua's okay. He looked like he got concussed, but they let him back in there. The dude has been playing on fire. Can't believe it. They're one of 2 undefeated teams. We'll get to the second one later. Titans versus Raiders. Titans win 24-22. Just an ugly game. These two teams are ugly. The Raiders, I'm very surprised that they're winless right now. I bet Devontae Adams is regretting signing with his former college quarterback because I still think Aaron Rodgers got it. Panthers versus Saints, 22-14. Panthers win. They're in the win column finally. Another ugly game. The NFC South looks ugly in general. Just Jameis Winston putting up 350-plus yards, but he's still throwing interceptions. So it amounts to nothing. We only scored 2 touchdowns against 22 points. You know, that's all you can say. And the Panthers weren't that great either. Baker Mayfield, big letdown since that Week 1 failure to the Browns. But, hey, you know, that's their story. Ravens versus Patriots. Ravens win 37-26. Lamar Jackson is un fuego. And Mac Jones goes down with an injury. He's going to be out for some time. Patriots not looking too great right now. But the Ravens, I mean, they're looking pretty good. They're looking pretty solid when you have Lamar Jackson at the quarterback. So, Vikings and Lions. Dude, I fucking love this Lions team. They lost, though, to the Vikings 28-24. Dude, Aiden Hutchinson is a freak of nature on that line, and they love to score. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's doing wonders for me in fantasy. I love it. Eagles, Washington. Dude, Carson Wentz's first game against the Eagles sucked. Got sacked 9 times. The Eagles are one of the hottest teams in the NFL. I didn't even expect this. Jalen Hurts is balling. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are balling. That defense is disgusting. It's scary, man. They're the only other undefeated team in the NFL. Colts Chiefs. Colts won 20-17 after 2 stinking first 2 weeks of the season. I don't know how they did this. It's not good when Patrick Mahomes is your leading rusher. Colts get the win. They're finally in the win column, but they have ones across the board because they tied with the Houston Texans. Speaking of the Texans, they lost to the Bears 23-20. These two teams are disgusting. Their running backs are fun to watch, though. Dameon Pierce is a rookie. He had 20 rushes for 80 yards and a touchdown. But this kid, Khalil Herbert, for the Bears, everyone talks about David Montgomery, but 20 rushes, 157 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's fucking insane. But, hey, Bears pull it out, but ugly game. Here's the biggest shocker of the week. Jaguars beat the Chargers 38-10. 38-10. I'm sorry, they didn't beat them. They massacred them. They killed them. Dougie P's Jaguars and his quarterback whispering to Trevor Lawrence seems to be working because they're looking pretty good. They lost to Washington week 1 just barely by 6 points. They shut out the Colts yet again. and now they kick the shit out of the Chargers. I mean, no one could have predicted that. So we'll see what happens next week. Rams Cardinals, didn't watch much of this game. Very ugly. 20-12. Seemed more defensive. Matt Stafford is not looking like an MVP candidate. Not looking like that at all. This team is not even looking like they won the Super Bowl last year. But hey, they're 2-1. So what can you say? Packers and Buccaneers. Man, I guess there's a lot of ugly games this past week. Packers win 14-12. The biggest highlight of the game was Alan Lazard puking on the sideline. That was funny. Falcons and Seahawks. I cannot believe this. Falcons win 27-23 over the Seahawks. Seahawks must be high on their own supply after beating their old quarterback in week 1 because, you know, they forgot that Geno Smith is their quarterback. And the Falcons aren't that great, but hey, you know, Cordero Patterson broke out, and I really like him. He's awesome. 150-plus total yards and a touchdown. Sunday Night Football. Okay, this again, I've been saying each one, ugly games, ugly defensive games. This one was the actual ugliest. Both defenses for these teams are pretty solid, but my God, the offenses make no sense. They're like, Russ is not cooking, he is cooked. And Jimmy G is just Jimmy G. He's like average at best. But 11-10, what kind of crap score is that? And it took them a last second touchdown to even get that. And a safety. It was so it was so weird. The Broncos looked so bad. They had all this hype around them with Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, and Russell Wilson. But Russell Wilson, I mean, the coach Hackett doesn't look that good, but Russell Wilson is not looking good, and they're in trouble if that doesn't happen. By the way, he's also become the most corniest player in the NFL by what? Like, he posts videos and TikToks and crap, and I swear to God, the dude's from American Psycho, like Christian Bale.
I saw that too.
Yep, and the last game of the week, Monday Night Football, Cowboys versus Giants. This one was a little bit better. These primetime games so far this year have been kind of awful. They're either blowouts or just slog fests. And Cowboys pull it out on the Giants. Cooper Rush is undefeated in his career. He may be one of the best quarterbacks of all time. And Daniel Jones is certainly not. Daniel Jones sucks. The Giants are not going to be taken seriously by me if they have Daniel Jones. And Saquon Barkley is carrying that team on his back. So that's your recap. What do you want to talk about, Jack?
Well, I will mention this. Jimmy Garoppolo basically redeemed Dan Orlovsky.